Hi, it's Patrick. This is a quick rant about something people should care about and probably don't. Do you think when someone gets angry that it's an indication that they are wrong? There is a study from the University of Virginia. The basic finding is that people think that anger is a cue to someone's guilt. But if anything, it's more likely a cue of someone's innocence. We conducted 4 studies showing that people that think that anger is a cue to guilt, and 2 studies showing that people who are falsely accused versus rightfully accused are actually more likely to be angry. This is a fixture of my life. I don't know about you, but I've had many experiences from childhood to present when you know you're right. Like, you don't just think you are, like, you've cross-checked it. You've found the evidence. You've gathered it. You've presented it. And people still say, no, you're wrong. And the only reason you're acting frustrated or angry is because we called you out. If there's any narrative I wish I could banish forever, it's all over the Enneagram thing. It's all over internet discourse constantly. Everyone else is wrong, but I'm the truth teller. I'm going to go call them out and point them out, point the finger. And if someone gets upset, it's because, they're guilty. It's the Kafkatrap. This is used in Enneagram circles, and you're mistyped and type policing all the time. This study, and there's other studies. I think part of why Enneagram and these discourses tick me off so much is because I've had this experience in real life so many times. And people in my personal life, both family of origin and my family and friends now, will say things like, quit caring what the internet says. You know, you should get offline, go touch grass, go reflect what has happened in real life. I could not count how many, one of many examples. There was a time when one of my collaborators' exes, I was arguing, begins as a discussion, becomes an argument, about inflation and how inflation works and what quantitative easing is. And we were arguing about how it was defined. And I was like, here, let me go look it up. This is back before smartphones. So I was like, here, let me run to the computer. And as I did that, this ex of my friend said from the other room, Patrick can't stand being wrong. And I looked it up, found St. Louis Fed straight from the source, and said, here it is. Here's the definition. Precisely what I was saying. And this is what happens. Get over it. That was several minutes ago. God, can't you just get over being wrong? I mean, it is, I feel like a lot of narcissistic, like diagnosable narcissistic people do that kind of a thing. Where you're like, no, I have provable evidence. I can show it to you. Look, there's contact information. You can find the people who did the study and ask them. I did it to someone I knew from grad school one time who was pulling the same shit. I was like, okay, we both know this person who studied this at Indiana University. Why don't we, I was like, I would be up for emailing that person and asking them directly. And I'll present what I have, you present what you have. And that was the only thing that ended this long string of like, oh, you just can't stand, I called you out. It's always, I called you out. And it's like, oh, he's angry, he's upset. Proof, the Kafkatrap, that proves your guilt. Here's one study. There are more. And the reason I'm bringing this up right now is because I just had this stupid internet thing. Again, as I often say, these kind of internet arguments are usually just like the lit cigarette butt on the oily rags and gas and lumber that's real shit in real life. It's like that's all kind of bubbling underneath. And then someone says some stupid crap. The topic was like, what are some 90s bands that subjectively, what do you feel like was their debut album was their best? And I was like, there's several examples. Like, talked about Space Hog and a few other. And I was like, and Live. This guy comments and saying, no, what you're thinking of is their 3rd album. And I was like, no, I'm referring to their debut album, Mental Jewelry. Death of a Dictionary, yeah. That was under the name Public Affection. I was like, that wasn't a live album. Their first album was Mental Jewelry. I believe it's their best album. And this person's response was objectively false. So I'm posting screenshot. I'm like, okay, here are the album covers. Here are the years they came out, like factual information. But of course, he's getting liked up, and that's the kicker. It's one thing when someone's kind of narcissistic and they're just an asshole, and that's that. It's something else when like they get the approval. My ex as well was like, oh yeah, I guess he has trouble being wrong. It's like, but I'm provably right. Here's the part where you say, oh, okay. I can also cite examples of when I was wrong. I was like, oh, you're right, I'm wrong. I admit it. I'm wrong. I say it like that. I had a disagreement. It was kind of a subjective thing, but we had similar values. I was with a cousin several years ago. I won't get into all the details. It was about a certain political candidate who I was kind of thought was like the least worst of. And they're like, oh, I wouldn't trust that person. I think they've got other issues. And I'm like, oh, well, I think that's the best. Anyway. And then several years later, this candidate has extremely disappointed me. I'm not going into details. And then I told this person, like, you were right. I didn't realize it, but you were right. I said it that way. Like, may I be struck dead if I'm lying? It's like, if I realize, oh crap, or someone made a call or a prediction, kind of in that case, where it's like, oh, you called it and I was wrong. I just say it like that. Like, why is this difficult, people? If someone were to say, well, what's the capital of North Carolina? It's like, oh, Raleigh. No, wrong. It's New Bern. It's like, I think it might have been the 1700s or whenever it was, but currently, today, it is Raleigh, has been for a long time. No, you're wrong, you're ignorant. And then other people gather, oh yeah, that guy must not know anything. He must be ignorant. Oh, it's like, do you know how much evidence I can show you to prove that I'm right? It's like, again, like either get over it, move on, or just accept that you're wrong. Why can't you accept that you're wrong? And again, they get the likes. That it happens on Reddit and shit. They get tons of likes. You get the down votes when you're like, I can prove that I'm right. Does that matter or not? I would think it does. Anyway.